contra el polio es una victoria para la salud mundial. Ese es el lema de este año. El día 24 de octubre conmemoramos el Día Mundial contra la Polio. Es el momento para que todos los rotarios del mundo se unan para conmemorar el progreso alcanzado en nuestra lucha para poner fin a la polio y hablar sobre las medidas que debemos tomar para acabar con este flagelo de una vez y por todas. En Puerto Rico no tenemos casos de polio. En el 1974 fue erradicado. Ahora en el mundo solamente quedan 2 países, Afganistán y Pakistán. Nosotros tenemos que seguir contribuyendo para que el polio del mundo sea erradicado. Unidos somos más fuertes. Unidos podemos hacer que esto sea una realidad. Vamos a acabar contra el polio y contigo contamos. Muchas gracias.
Chers Rotariens, Rotariennes, permettez-moi de vous dire que dans ma propre famille, j'ai eu 2 membres qui sont des survivants de la polio. J'ai vécu cette tragédie dans ma famille et je vous dis que quand quelqu'un comme moi entend dire que le nombre de cas de polio a été considérablement réduit grâce au Rotary, je sais que je dois motiver tous les Rotariens et amis du Rotary à soutenir la Fondation Rotary, à soutenir le programme N-Polio Plus. Ce programme a besoin de plus de fonds pour continuer non seulement à atteindre notre objectif, soit l'éradication de cette horrible maladie de notre planète, mais aussi de continuer le programme de vaccination de millions d'enfants jusqu'à 3 ans après la déclaration officielle que cette planète est libre et sans cas de polio. Célébrons ce mois d'octobre en appuyant notre Fondation Rotary avec un don. Tous les clubs ont des membres capables de faire un don, grand ou petit, mais nous devons continuer à donner à notre fondation.
We are this close to ending polio. Let's do it now.
Todavía hay niños que sufren de polio, aunque esta enfermedad es prevenible. ¿Desea ser parte de un legado de salud mundial? Únete a Rotary para juntos erradicarla por completo.
Greetings, Rotary family. Eva Jamari here. Past District Rotaract Representative for Rotary District 7030 and current chairperson for the Rotary Satellite Club of St. Lucia Sunset. Since 1979, Rotary has been at the forefront of trying to eradicate the world of the wild polio virus, and we're still this close. On August 25th, we made a great stride and officially eradicated the polio virus from the entire continent of Africa. Saturday, October 24th is World Polio Day, and I just want to encourage all of us to continue to contribute in whatever way we can to assisting in finally eradicating the globe of the wild polio virus.
Hello, I'm Dr. Hilmi Davalar, Interim Manager of the Youth Healthcare Center of Curaçao. Here on the island, children receive their vaccination against polio 5 times between the ages of 2 months and 5 years. Because of this, Curaçao hasn't seen polio disease in many years. I'd like to say thank you on behalf of my team to both Rotary Club Curaçao and Rotary Club Willemstad to support the fight against polio disease. Keep up the good work.
Hi, I am Dr. Emmanuel Hussain, a charter member and past president of the Rotary Club of St. Augustine West. When I was 8 years old, I contracted polio. It was quite bad. I got the worst form of polio. I spent 2 weeks in the iron lungs in a coma. I survived that, but remained totally paralyzed for 6 months. When I recovered, I was then sent to the Princess Elizabeth Home for Handicapped Children, where I spent a year of my life. During that time, I had a number of operations. Then, and some years later, I had to have a muscle transfer in my right knee, a muscle transfer in my left elbow, a bone block in my left shoulder, a tendon transfer in my left hand, and today I still wear a brace on my left leg. I was able, however, to become mobile and active. I went back to primary school, did my what's called common entrance. I passed in the top 10 in the country, went on to St. Mary's College for high school, and then went to university where I studied medicine. While studying medicine, I became the first medical student ever elected president of the Guild of Undergraduates. I also played table tennis at a fairly high level, believe it or not. I captained the university table tennis team. When I returned to Trinidad, I worked now as a doctor at the Port of Spain General Hospital, where I served as chairman of the Hospital Doctors Committee. After a few years, I went on to work for Carani Limited, and then I entered politics. I became a two-term member of parliament, and in my second term was in fact the Minister of Health and Social Development. After politics, I went on to become a district medical officer and prison medical officer. During my many years after polio, I was able to achieve a few other things as well. I became the first chairman of the disabled group in Trinidad and Tobago, Disabled Peoples International. And in fact, at the very moment, I am once more chairman again. I am, as we speak, a commissioner on the Equal Opportunities Commission. So that I have been able to achieve a few things post-polio. But that's not always the case for everybody with polio. I may consider myself lucky. I may consider myself bright. But could all this have been avoided? That is the disability that resulted from polio. Yes, were I immunized. Today, Rotary International and Rotarians all over the world are raising funds together with the Bill Gates Foundation to eliminate polio worldwide by engaging in a program of immunization throughout the world. Today, we are on the brink of achieving that. We are this close to achieving the total elimination of polio. There are a few countries, just a few, themselves in internal turmoil, some of them even at war, that still have polio. But hopefully, as soon as these internal turmoils end, we will be able to achieve the total elimination of polio from the entire world. Such a program, of course, will have to continue way into the future, in fact, because polio, the virus involved is all over the world. It's ubiquitous. So we have to maintain our immunization program. I want to lend my complete support to Rotary International and the Bill Gates Foundation's efforts to eliminate polio worldwide. My own club, the Rotary Club of St. Augustine West, we have raised funds to add to those from clubs all over the world, which go to Rotary International and then on to that program. I want to commend the program to all Rotarians and to people worldwide. Let us hope our objective can be achieved. Thank you.
Fellow Rotarians, in 1985, we made a promise to the children of the world to eradicate polio, a project that started with the immunization of 6 million children in the Philippines. We did that because we had the hope, the imagination, and the courage that we will make it a reality. That dream was realized recently when the entire African continent was certified polio-free. But the fight is not yet finished, with Pakistan and Afghanistan still suffering from this disease. We're hoping that as Rotarians, we will keep that promise by supporting the initiative of the Global Polio Eradication Initiative and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation support for us. Please let us end this disease. Thank you.
We are this close to ending polio worldwide.
Tu donación dará a miles de niños la oportunidad de un futuro saludable. Este próximo 24 de octubre, únete a Rotary, haz tu donativo y participa del Día Mundial contra la Polio.
Hi, and greetings from the Rotary Club of Georgetown. I am President Sheba. In observance of World Polio Day, the Rotary Club of Georgetown initiated a raffle that will be drawn on October 24th. Proceeds from this raffle goes towards the Rotary International End Polio campaign now. Our club initiated such a project as a form of gratitude to Rotary International for elevating the status of Rotaract. And in wanting to continue the great work of Rotary International, our club saw it fitting to contribute to such a cause as ending polio now. Remember, Rotary is this close to ending polio, so let us continue our great cause.
It's my pleasure to remind you that our #1 priority as an organization is to eradicate polio off the face of the earth. And you're doing it. You, as individual Rotarians, contribute. You're helping us. You're bringing us funding. And you are changing the world. Africa is now certified as polio-free. 2 countries left. We're going to get there. We're going to do it. And we're going to do it because of you. Thank you for all of your help.
Fellow Rotarians, I know many of us are supporting in our own way with our own clubs and district initiatives to raise funds for this World Polio Day event. I just wanted to add one more to it. In recognition of the unique nature of our tri-district event here, we've set up a World's Greatest Meal to help end polio from districts 7000, 7020, and 7030. It's quite simple. A World's Greatest Meal is just a gathering of Rotarians in fellowship, the thing that they love to do most other than service, and over a cup of coffee or breakfast or whatever you want to constitute as a meal, they donate funds to the Polio Plus Fund to help end polio. Our World's Greatest Meal has been set up as a tri-district event under WGM number 6751. And all you have to do is make a donation. We're suggesting of a minimum of $10 to the raise.rotary.org platform that we've set up for Caribbean Rotary. And then go to wgmeal.com, report that donation with a headshot of you, and they will recognize you on social media as a polio champion. And report also your district and your club so that we can get the appropriate recognition. Please join us in making the most of this World Polio Day, and we thank you for all of your efforts over the years as well as this year in helping us to end polio.
Ending polio must remain our #1 priority. There's just so much at stake, not only because of the good we'll do by saving the world from this crippling disease, but also by being able to show how we can effectively unite with partners and take action to create lasting change across the globe in this and our other areas of focus. By succeeding in the last mile to end polio, we'll send a clear, concise message that Rotary will always deliver. If we take on a task, whatever its size and scale, we will stick with it until the very end, until the job is done. I'm so proud to be part of an organization that has this type of commitment, integrity, and credibility at its very core. Thank you for your continued courage and commitment as we win this battle and eradicate polio from the face of the earth forever. Thank you.
District 7030 is committed to the fight to eradicate polio. With the sum of our collective efforts, we'll be able to end polio together.
La polio no tiene cura, pero contamos con una vacuna segura que Rotary y sus aliados han empleado en 2.500 millones de niños alrededor del mundo. Y este próximo 24 de octubre conmemoramos el Día Mundial contra la Polio. Y con tu ayuda, podremos hacer llegar la vacuna a millones de niños para prevenir el contagio.
My name is Atia Douglas and I'm the president of the Rotary Club of Central Port of Spain. To observe World Polio Day, at our last general meeting held on Saturday, 17th October, members were educated about polio and Rotary's efforts to eradicate the disease. Following this, we've launched an online social media campaign that runs from October 19th to October 23rd, leading up to the One Caribbean Multi-District World Polio Day online event. I encourage you to join the fight against polio and donate your voice as we seek to eradicate the second human disease in history.
I am Delma Maduro, immediate past governor of Rotary District 7020, and I want to remind us that Rotary is committed to a polio-free world and that we can help end polio now. Yes, since the worldwide immunization program started, tremendous achievements have been made, but with cases of polio in 2 countries, children around the world are still at risk. Let's be part of the solution. Spread the word on the Rotary End Polio Now drive, donate, and encourage others to donate. And together, let's end polio now.
Interesting times we find ourselves in. The world faced with another debilitating health concern. And while we navigate this present urgency, we remain with our energies affixed on our global commitment to eradicate polio. To substantiate our present position, we remind ourselves that we are still this close. Our endgame strategy requires us to remain focused and committed in our financial support and, of course, our physical oversight. Through our established partnerships and our strategic framework, we will allow for the needed surveillance, immunization, and integration required to take us to a post-polio world. And I want to thank each of you for your support over the many years. But we still need your help. We cannot be distracted and we cannot retard. We will collaborate, and this partnership with District 7,000, 7020, and 7030 for the first time is a testament to the fact that we are stronger together. Whether it's polio, COVID-19, or whatever issue the world faces, Rotary is there. And when we make a promise, we keep it. A polio-free world is right around the corner.
Hoy celebramos 30 años de los Rotarios. durante cuánto tiempo han podido lograr que el polio se disminuya al 99.9% en el mundo. Solamente nos queda Afganistán y Pakistán. Y pensando que en el 1988, cuando ellos usaron su iniciativa nueva, había por lo menos 2.500 millones de niños con polio, y por lo menos esto ocurría en 122 países. Hoy por hoy, a través de sus esfuerzos y del dinero donado por sus voluntarios y el esfuerzo, tenemos 19 millones de niños que caminan y 1.5 millones de niños que viven gracias a ese esfuerzo. Estoy segura que con Pakistán y Afganistán vamos a necesitar más paciencia por la inestabilidad política y por la migración, pero más que nada, si lograron tanto en los 30 años en donde hoy celebramos, no dudo que esto será un futuro mucho mejor para el mundo cuando todos celebremos la erradicación total del polio, y entre ellos y yo diremos, por fin, el mundo está libre porque existen los Rotarios. Gracias, Rotarios.
A club training session was done on polio and all the work Rotary has done and continues to do in order to educate members and encourage them to contribute to the cause.
Saludos, soy la señora Lilian Rodríguez, la principal oficial de Voces, la Coalición de Inmunización y Promoción de la Salud. Estamos de fiesta. El Club Rotario ha logrado erradicar casi el polio en el mundo entero. Queremos felicitar al Distrito 7000, que ha hecho una extraordinaria labor en las Américas y en Puerto Rico. COVID-19 nos enseña precisamente el valor de la vacunación, el valor de poder erradicar una enfermedad que no nos permite abrazarnos, que no nos permite ir a la escuela, que no nos permite tener los espacios abiertos, que no nos permite que nuestra economía continúe funcionando. Gracias, gracias porque hoy valoramos más que nunca el trabajo que han realizado por tantos y tantos años. Felicidades.
Rotarians around the world, children are my passion, and anything that affects them or their health is near and dear to me. So we're almost at the end of our End Polio Now campaign, and with your help, we can cross the goal line. Our mission is to ensure polio is eradicated across the globe. Thank you.
Polio has always been my passion since my elementary school days, as I've seen several children being stricken with this virus. Polio, the forgotten killer, forgotten to many, but still a threat to children of the world. Many of us have become complacent and feel that it could not and would not happen to our children. Polio, it only needs a boat ride, a plane ride, no visa, no passports. We have to understand that there are still many children in the world who are not immunized against polio. Furthermore, if the vaccine is not stored at the right temperature, it could become mutant, and when administered, could infect children. Rotary and its partners, including every Rotarian, are to be on board on this historic occasion to eradicate polio, end polio now, and support all Polio Plus activities. You are doing it for your children, your grandchildren, and many more generations to come. To the world, you are just one, but to one, you are the world. Rotarians, I urge you to step on board, as our life is our message. Be committed and let us end polio now. I have decided through my points that I have, some 50,000 points, to give it at a half price offer to all new Rotarians or friends or family or club members in District 7030. That is, all you have to do is pay half the price. Simply, what I am saying is that if you contribute $500 towards polio, I would contribute the next 500 points to let you become a Paula Harris Fellow. And this is one of the areas that we are looking at in District 7030 to make a contribution to the Polio Plus Fund. Thank you, God bless, and let us end polio now.
Todos los niños y niñas del mundo merecen reír. Con mucha ayuda, Puerto Rico erradicó la polio en el 1974 y ahora nos toca ayudar para que desaparezca del mundo entero.
I am Kezra, a past District Rotary representative. As a Rotaractor, I am proud of the work we have done with Rotary to fight the polio disease. As we celebrate World Polio Day 2020, we know now that Africa is polio-free. We are this close to changing the world. We are this close to ending the epidemic that is polio. We are this close to making history. We are this close to ensuring that no child suffers from this crippling disease. Let's end polio now.
Good morning. As a founding partner of the Global Polio Eradication Initiative, we've reduced polio cases by 99.9% since our first project to vaccinate children in the Philippines in 1979. Rotary members have contributed more than 2.1 billion and countless volunteer hours to protect nearly 3 billion children in 122 countries from this paralyzing and devastating disease. Rotary's advocacy efforts have played a role in decisions by governments to contribute more than 10 billion to the effort. Today, polio remains endemic only in Afghanistan and Pakistan. But it's crucial to continue working to keep other countries polio free. If all eradication efforts stop today, within 10 years, polio could paralyze as many as 200,000 children each year. Thank you.
Our goal, so very simple, a world free of polio. Our reality, so very achievable, as only 2 more countries are left to go. Join us in ending polio now.
Saludos, soy el Dr. Carlos Mellado, médico primario de Puerto Rico y presidente de la Fundación Haití se pone de pie. He sido testigo de pacientes con secuelas de poliomielitis en Haití y he visto cómo esta enfermedad, sin duda alguna, ataca la calidad de vida de muchos pacientes que sobrevivieron a esta enfermedad. Ciertamente ya en el Caribe, gracias a Dios, hemos erradicado el polio con la vacunación y con campañas como esta y con la ayuda también del Club Rotario a nivel mundial. Por eso es importante que continúen con esa labor y le doy las gracias por tener esta iniciativa tan importante para poder erradicar el polio totalmente del mundo. Así que sigan porque unidos somos más.
Family of Rotary, friends of Rotary, guests, it is an honor and privilege for me as team leader for District 7030 to bring you these few words of welcome on the occasion of this World Polio Day event being hosted jointly by the 3 Caribbean districts, 7000, which is Puerto Rico, 7020, which is the Northern Caribbean, and 7030. Together we make up the entire Caribbean except for the Dominican Republic. This is a first for us in the Caribbean, and it is reflective of our joint resolve this year to demonstrate the depth and power in our geographic region. October 24th is designated as World Polio Day, and it is intended to focus the world's attention on the fact that polio remains a threat to the entire world until it is eradicated. Rotary has led the way in the distribution of polio vaccines since the commencement of the Polio Plus initiative in 1985. Rotary's leadership continues today, and we combine our efforts with WHO, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, US Centers for Disease Control, and UNICEF. District 7030 joined Rotary's Polio Plus initiative in 1985, And we have continued to raise funds every year since then towards the eradication of the wild polio virus. We need your help to win this war against polio. Just 2 countries remain endemic, Afghanistan and Pakistan. In August this year, Nigeria was declared free of the wild polio virus, thereby completing the eradication on the continent of Africa. Join us as we keep our promise to the children of the world that no longer will they face paralysis and death because of this terrible virus. I sincerely thank everyone who has worked to make this event a reality. The multi-district team is headed by Lindsay Concino from District 7020, with Sean Paddy from District 7030, Sheila Bethel from District 7020, and Jose Lucas Rodriguez from District 7000. The District 7030 Polio Plus team is headed by past President Raj Jadoo, with publicity headed by AG Maria Mohammed Baraj and communications by Sean Paddy. I thank you all for your commitment and service to humanity.
A todos los amigos del Distrito Rotario 7000. Mi nombre es José Juan Tañón y me uno a la campaña para concienciar al mundo entero de la importancia de erradicar el polio. De hecho, tengo entendido que el Distrito de Puerto Rico ha sido fundamental, por eso miren lo que tengo por aquí, para enviarles un abrazo gigantesco. Exhortarlos a todos a que se unan a todas las iniciativas de Rotary, porque hay que erradicar el polio en el mundo. ¿Y saben qué? En Puerto Rico ya se erradicó en el 1974, pero no podemos bajar la guardia. Hay que continuar llevando el mensaje de conciencia en el mundo entero, porque ya lo que falta, miren, es así, es muy poco. Vamos adelante apoyando a todos los Rotaries del mundo. Adiós, 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 Borinquen querida, tierra de mi amor.
La viruela es la única enfermedad erradicada en todo el mundo. Vamos a apoyar para que la segunda sea la polio. Por eso, únete a Rotary para el Día Mundial contra la Polio.
Hi, my name is Selena Baldeo. In celebration of World Polio Day, the Rotary Club of San Fernando South will be doing 4 things. Namely, we will be creating stories on polio survivors in Trinidad and sharing on our social media pages. Secondly, we will be donating to the Polio Fund. We'll also be creating a fun and engaging video with our interactors on ending polio. And last but not the least, we will be showing a polio video at our next general meeting. Thank you.
Soy Steve Waterman, miembro del Club Rotario de San Juan. Trabajo para el CDC. En agosto de este año, el continente de África fue declarado libre de polio. Para poner fin a la polio es necesario detener la transmisión de poliovirus en los últimos 2 países endémicos, Pakistán y Afganistán. Mientras continúe la lucha contra la polio, seguiremos necesitando fondos para financiar campañas de vacunación. El apoyo de Rotary sigue siendo fundamental en este gran esfuerzo.
Polio is a life-altering disease.
Like coronavirus.
Thanks to the efforts of Rotarians and volunteers around the world, we have tackled this disease with an effective vaccine.
Not like coronavirus.
We invite you to join our efforts to ending this once and for all by making a donation to the End Polio Now campaign. The end is in sight.
We're this close.
We're really this close.
Do support your favorite Rotary Club in this cause. Join us.
Join us.
Fellow Rotarians, thank you so much for being with us for our first ever Tri-District World Polio Day celebration. We really appreciate everything you've done to support this effort over the years and again this year. And I ask that you go out and support your own club's World Polio Day initiatives or the district or another district, or even our own online version at raise.rotary.org. I noticed there are over 24 listed World Polio Day events on the endpolionow.org site, running the gamut from world's greatest meals of any kind, walkathons, ride-a-thons, information events, not necessarily fundraisers, all sorts of different ways of keeping the awareness and the support alive of this #1 priority of Rotary International and the Rotary Foundation. We couldn't do it without you. So thanks again for doing that. And I want to end, rather than me going on with all sorts of detail and statistics, I'm going to let you hear from a polio survivor. So I'll turn it over to our special closing video from our friend John Nanny. Thank you, and see you next year.
Hi, I'm John Nanny, Rotary District 7630 Polio Plus Chair, and a polio survivor who caught polio only 6 months before the Salk vaccine was widely tested. Back in 1979, Rotary's 3H program eradicated wild polio in the Philippines and proved to the world that polio can be defeated. As we continue to adapt to the new normal, Rotarians must remember the promise we made to the children of the world back in 1985 to eradicate polio. Rotary was there in the beginning, and we must continue the fight so that Rotary is there at the end. In addition to eradicating only the second disease, smallpox being the first, we have created a blueprint that the world can follow to eliminate other diseases like malaria, measles, and so many more. As a polio survivor who knows what this dreaded disease can do to one's body for their whole life, I am so proud to be a Rotarian and proud to play a small role in the largest public-private health initiative the world has ever seen. Thank you for your continued support of Polio Plus, and let's finish the job so that many before us have worked so hard to accomplish. Thank you very much.
I need a revolution, my own revolution, my very own revolution. I need a revolution, my own revolution, my my personal revolution. Heartbreak is so hard to take, and I lay down in the bed that I made, crying, crying, tears of change, fighting, fighting every day. There must be a better way. I need a revolution, my own revolution, my personal revolution. Baby, I need a revolution, my own revolution, my personal revolution. Hey, I don't like the hypocrisy. Is this democracy? There is no voice for me in your philosophy, tainted theology. Oh, can you save me? Who can save me? Who can save me? Revolution. Who got the power? I do. Who got to say? I do. Yeah. Who got to play? I do. I will find a way. Who got the power? I do. Yeah. Who got to say? I do. Yeah. Who got to play? I do. I will find a way. 'Cause heartbreak is so hard to take, and then I lay down in the bed that I make, crying, crying, tears of change. I'm fighting, fighting every day. I know there must be a better way. So I need a revolution, my own revolution, my personal revolution. Hey, I need a revolution, my own revolution, a personal revolution.